All right. A little bit different stream today. We're going to do a little Footium action. Season 2 is around the corner, and I'm joined with an internet friend, we'll say, putting face-to-face commentary to use now, but I'm going to be joined by Mozza, Footium content creator, PFL content creator, and we're going to look over my team, which I did absolutely nothing to last season and rode to a fourth-place finish and cash. So we'll see if we can add some players and try to improve my chances of not having to run players in the red all the time. Let me bring Mozza up right now. What's up, homie?
Hey, how we doing?
A little bit more cleaner and professional for me today. You know, a couple more hours, we'll turn the faucet on and we'll get it going. But yeah,
Wait for the leaf blower. We'll get back to normal.
yeah, absolutely. So I've known of you since the first beta of Footium, because you were the only one putting video content out, and I would watch you watch the stats come up and do the play-by-play. So that's where my knowledge of this game came from. I partook in some of the betas. I still wasn't grabbing me and going because I want to go live. Because in beta is just, to me, it's like I do a lot of fantasy football, and to me it's just doing practice drafts, and I hate doing practice drafts. I would just let's just get it done. So I was on the sideline, waiting. But you were putting content out, and that's how I knew of you. And then you popped up in one of my PFL streams, and it's been gold since, I would say. But yeah, you want to give a little background on yourself and your stance in the game? To me,
yes.
you're a whale, but it is what it is.
I wish I was a whale. I had to sell my Division 3 because I couldn't compete up there. So, but I got involved. It was after the mint, so I missed all that. It was the first time I'd bought an NFT, basically getting into Footium. I saw a friend of mine got into it, kind of got me hooked, and then that was it. Just started buying clubs, went through all the testing, made content, and got into season 1. And all the practice kind of helped because I've got 3 clubs and I've won titles with all 3 season 1, so good start.
Yeah.
But now it gets tough. So the best thing about it now is now you're actually playing against other people properly, and it means something. The beta tests were okay, but it means more when there's prizes on the line,
Yeah.
So it's genuinely really good fun, I must admit. For anyone who likes their football management games, like, you'll love this.
Yeah. Big fantasy football player for majority of my life. I think I started playing when I was 15. So I got 22 years of that playing. And when I looked at when you look at this from the outside, it's fantasy football. Yeah, that's it.
Basically.
Except you have stamina and other things to worry about, which, you have game time decisions in fantasy football, but it's the same thing for me. There's strategy behind it. You want players that, now that chemistry is a thing, you want players that have good chemistry together, that, I like the fact that they have we'll look at it real quick because I'm skipping a beat real quick. What is it? Leadership. The leadership thing to me is big, and obviously in leadership in football is, we'll say, your version of football. I'm not going to call it soccer because I'm going to be disrespectful American. I'll show some respect. But leadership is like, having that being a stat to me is nice, like a nice visible thing. Because you can have your team with, you can have 5, 6, 7 leaders, and then to me, you can afford to have that one dingus that's very, very good, but sucks at being a team player, like the showboat, basically. But yeah, I liked everything behind it. It's the same strategy essentially, but again, you're playing PvP. You're setting a lineup, they're setting a lineup, and you're going to battle. So that was one of the big draw-ins for me. And after season 1, it was great. But like I chatted with you about, I didn't do shit to improve my team. I signed like 3 or 4 academy players, and I won a bronze player. But like outside of that, my team is not. It's not the worst. We have a lot of bronze, and it is a Division 5 team, so it should have bronze players. But I just lost my first 3 players to retirement. I lose these 3 next, but my team's very young. I was with the academy players that I added. They were mostly position players, which is very good for me. 2 or 3 of them were goalkeepers, but what are you gonna do? I didn't know what I was doing the first time around, so I just minted all of them, and we went from there. But outside of that, like my team's not the worst. Again, we finished 4th. I don't know if I can pull the stats up from last season. I think I can.
Yes. I think you can. Yeah.
So I finished 4th. These 2 obviously got shot to the top, but looking at these 2 teams, they did everything right where I did nothing right, and I still got 4th. So it wasn't a terrible 4th. We scored goals. We did have a nice streak of clean sheets to begin the year, and then I opened my mouth and that went to shit. So we gave up some goals. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a position right now where if I fill out the rest of my roster, I'm probably competing for 1-2 next season.
Yeah, I'd say so.
There were a couple dead teams in my league, unfortunately, but I guess everyone's division has that going on as well. So I'm not gonna can't harp on that too much. But yeah, I definitely think with a few additions and a little bit more understanding of certain things, I think we can launch ourselves into the top 2 positions here, which, moving up wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to move up with no team support. That's the worst. And I'll just end up right back down at the bottom the next season.
Yeah, one of the worst things you can do is go right up when you're not ready for it.
Because and I don't want that. That's one thing I know. Like I'm very keen to that. Is you play where you belong, and if I don't belong up a level, and I have like a team that's not suited for it, you know what happens? You lose. That's just what happens. Going right into the wood chipper. But yeah, so that's basically the rundown for this team. But I haven't signed any academy players yet. My new academy players are up, and I got a bronzy in there, so I'm gonna sign that one. He looks pretty swell. I did lose some key players to retirement, so I need to figure out. I just need to figure out where I need to add at. And unfortunately for me, I watched your news video, and then you broke out the spreadsheet, and I stopped paying attention. I drifted off until that part was over. But probably right with having a spreadsheet. Honestly, if you want to be very good at this game, or if you want to be like I said, I'm very good at the roster management and all that stuff. It's just remembering what I have and where I need is the issue, and that's where the spreadsheet comes into play.
I've always been a spreadsheet guy, like be it the old Football Manager games or used to play NFL head coach, needed the roster spreadsheet for that. Like, it's just my thing. So I'm a nerd. What can I say?
Fortunately for me, I started playing fantasy football when the internet came out. I do know people that played in the spreadsheet era in the early 90s of writing everything down, calling in your lineups. Like,
yeah.
I do have a couple of those friends. But yeah, that's that. You've watched my streams. I'm a caveman. We're not doing spreadsheets over here. That's just what it's going to come down to. It's not happening. But yeah, I just need to see where my team needs are now. I did hear you talking up CMs, and I do have quite a few of them.
Yeah, so CMs is the kind of most in-demand position, I would say, right now. For everyone. There's just not enough of them for the amount that people need for their formation, so their value shot up. Left backs and right backs have shot up, but not because those positions are in demand, because they can usually be converted to centre backs. So people are trying to get cheap deals on them and train them up a different way. But yeah, the kind of easiest advice I can give when anyone's getting started, just getting really into Footium, is work out what formation you want to play, base it on the guys you've got, the best guys you've got, get all of them on the pitch, and then once you've nailed the formation, that's where you can start to build your squad properly behind the best guys you've already got there. If you've bought the club and you've got no players to start, you can pick any formation, which is great, and then go from there. But you will need a little bit of flexibility to change during games as well.
Yeah, that was my problem, is not having players and not having flexibility.
Yeah,
Games that I lost because of fatigue, and there was at least 5 or 6 of those throughout the season. So having the right tools basically when we go to work is what I need to have here. But outside of the 3 that I lost, this is did I sign? When did I sign? No, I didn't sign him. I signed a rookie last year. I think it was one of my or my bronze players, and he ended up being a full-time starter right off the bat. I'm gonna find out where he is. Was it Bartholomew? Yeah, it was Bartholomew. Yeah, I got this cat, and he was pretty good. He's pretty solid for a 17-year-old player. I feel like if I train him up a little bit, I got him. I got a little bit of utility out of him.
yeah,
Most of my young players are, like I said, I have 4 goalkeepers, so I need to do something there. That's not sustainable for me. But my young core, I trained up as much as I could last season, and I think I did the right thing with that.
yeah,
Having everyone
definitely.
sub 40 and primed to just go up.
Yeah, even if people didn't go up in season 1, the best thing you could do was get the young guys trained up,
Yeah,
because then that set you up for the season and good to go.
So I played a lot of 3-4-3 last year just because it was easy. I never messed with the balance or the play style
Yeah.
at all throughout the season. And when matches got real, basically when I was playing for meaningful points, I would hit the old Google and try and find some counter formations and play that strategy. So that worked out for me as well. But another aspect of like you're kind of running a real team here, but to certain limits. Like, real life, you're still sustainable to injury and all that stuff and suspensions. Here, the same thing. I had a couple suspended players last year. I love the way my team plays. Very aggressive. Even without moving the tactics bar over. Like, I feel like 3-4-3 was my great core, but I need to have flexibility. My defenders look pretty solid. And I'm trying to think what other formation I was running last season. Oh, I remember they did remove some 3-5-2.
Yeah,
I ran a couple times, but I was not. I don't think I was lined up for that. I had some. Yeah, I was a little weak in the mid, but that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I think it's just adding. I think I just need to add some more defensive players. Honestly, I think my offense is going to be fine coming up, just because of my younger signings. And then the academy, I almost feel like I got to sign 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah, definitely be signing the bronze Silvera.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Just
I don't want to do. I want to save it for content. But yeah, pretty easy bronze signing there. And he already looks primed for starting position if needed. But yeah, I'd like to get him trained up too.
Then when it gets to these guys, when you're Division 5, I think as long as they've got good potential, they're worth looking at. But the issue comes basically after you get their first 4 potential points used up. So that guy there, he's going to go from 38 to 42. Is he then going to get games? I would say probably. 42 is probably good enough to get a game.
Yeah.
For your team. So he's probably worth signing. Whereas the guy that's like 35, when he gets up to 39 or 34, he's going to get to 38. Yeah. I don't think he'll play for you. So there's no point signing him.
Yeah, Donald Stewart did not make my radar. The American is not going to make this team. I don't think I have a single American on this team. And I think I'm going to keep it that way, honestly. I'm going to keep it that way. I want the best. So we'll keep it that way. But yeah, Donald Stewart had no consideration for me. Age 16 is kind of nice. You get an extra year to kind of build him up, but I don't think it's worth it. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. Someone else, if you're building your team differently, then maybe so. But in Div 5, I don't want to. This just seems like a little bit too much of a little extra, more extra than I want for my life.
And at the same time, I don't think you're going to sell him for much more than that fee to be honest. So
And Silva, I looked at him. Yeah, his stamina being 81 is kind of nice, and his leadership's very high as well.
that's nice.
I like
Yeah.
that as well, and especially for a young kid. And then this cat, 37 rating, so he'd be a 41. And I mean, he's probably fine. Stamina's kind of shit. Leadership's whatever. If I needed, I could trade him up on the left side, but I think I'm good on both, honestly. I do want to do the right click open and be able to flip flop.
The good thing though is like you can sign those guys anytime during the season, so you don't
Yeah.
have to mint them straight away. So especially if you get a couple of suspensions and you're caught.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. We've not played the game yet.
Later, give me 5 or 6 games, and then we start adding them up. And I won't pull them players either. Most good managers will pull them. No, get your red card. You deserve it. That's what I want on my team. I want toughness. I like that. Where am I at? I want to look at the tactics part because that lets me. I guess I can click on the players back there as well.
Yeah. So I've got one of my D5s that runs 3-4-3, and I use the other. So the 3-4-3-A and the 3-4-1-2 are variations of it that I like to use as well.
Yeah, 3-4-A I tried a couple times. I was very poor in a couple spots, so I just avoided it.
Yeah, it's like I would use that 3-4-3-A against the 3-4-3, just because it gives you. Like, one of the things that I've noticed is if you've got one of those attacking midfielders and the opponent doesn't have a defensive midfielder, you get an advantage going forward.
But everything's pretty solid. Like I just need to have a second opinion on basically. That's why I want you here because you're my pal, and because I feel like this is going to be good content.
I feel like there's a butt coming here, though.
You play this game a lot differently than I do. But that's how it is with every single game. But you manage 3 teams. I thought about adding another team, and then I said, I should probably just focus on one team. That's how my brain's going to work. But you've managed players. You've already bought players off the marketplace, so you know what to look for. I should have put the stream on like a 3-minute delay so no one can stream tonight. But that's mainly why I wanted the second opinion for when I go to buy players or add players of what we're supposed to look for. And I know just from before watching your last video is pretty good. Just before watching that, I know obviously with fantasy football, age matters also. You don't want a 29-year-old running back. So like I know what age groups to look for. Obviously, they're going to be pricier the younger they are for signing, but the second opinion and the second set of eyes instead of just pulling the trigger and saying, all right, this is good. But yeah, there's not going to be buying no 27-year-old players out of, just because unless there's no injuries, right? I haven't seen injuries yet.
Not yet. They will come at some point, but not for now. So it's just suspensions.
It's not like I had an injury where I had an emergency buy, and if that's the case, then I would probably buy an older, more experienced player to fill that spot. I wouldn't want a young kid. So there's different scenarios where my logic is a little different, but without injuries, that logic doesn't mean anything now. But outside of that, I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty strong at all positions for the most part. I guess I could get a little bit more help on the left side. My back line's pretty solid. I just need to add a few more players just to round out the fatigue side of the game for when that shows up.
And if you're going to kind of concentrate in 3-4-3, you can train those guys into those positions a bit more as well.
Yeah,
which will help. And when they're that slight off color or green, that makes no difference. That's
yeah.
So it's only when they go yellow.
Yeah, when it's red and orange is when I obviously start taking that into consideration. But like I said, I think the formations that like 3-4-3 is one that I'm going to run. This is going to be the formation that my team will likely run. Oh, nice, terrible. I like that. Right to the start. But yeah, I think my left side is just my weakest area in when I going from formation to formation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess let me see what was in the academy. Yeah, no, there's no left, nothing. Great.
No.
Yeah, this is back. 39 is probably not going to make it.
I wouldn't think so.
No, I got 42, 46, 48. Yeah, 39 is not going to make it for a while. Omar. I could push him to the left side and just train him to 41.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership's fine. Stamina's fine. He is 18.
Only issue with him is he can't play left forward if you're going 3-4-3.
And it's probably still this guy. Definitely signing him, I feel.
Yeah, I think he suits.
Yeah. I'm going to sign him and probably leave the other three sit until it's remotely close to me needing. I don't think so. They reset once in the middle of the season, right?
How do you mean? Well, for the academy players?
Yeah.
They only reset at the end of every season, at the start of the new season. So you'll have these guys the whole way through this season.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I looked the day before the season ended, saw 3, and then the next day it rotated out, and I just thought it was...
Yeah. And there is a transfer window, because I remember you told me you were going to buy guys, and you couldn't. So
that's the other thing. I want to avoid having that issue. Sorry. So sign the 2 new kids. Where's he at? This is the goalkeeper I signed before the end of the last season because his stats seemed pretty solid and he could be trained up and sold. But I don't need more goalkeepers, unfortunately. I have an older one who could get pushed out, and then I have 3 young ones. I have 17, 18, and 22. Yeah, Peter Muir could probably definitely get pushed out. But
yeah, he's got his full potential there as well. So someone could just train him right up.
Yeah, so I definitely have to do some housekeeping. It's just I don't know the market worth a damn. But yeah, so I probably want to look for left side. Where's the transfers at here? Go to OpenSea. I was trying to use MJ's tool earlier for this, but I just looked too confusing for me, and I didn't want to struggle on stream with that.
Yeah, I think he's working on it just now. It wasn't kind of working as intended, I don't think so.
All right.
But he loves his detail, does MJ, so
yeah. I love the tools.
Yeah.
Sometimes using them is a pain, but I definitely get you gotta put a little work in to get a little reward. Where am I looking at? Potential range rarity. Where's age? Age range. Can you do custom? No, you can't.
You can't, not for now.
So
usually I go 22 to 25 and then the 3 young ones.
Probably start there because that's like the most condensed outside of 26. Yeah. All right. And then what do I need? Yeah, left field, and left mid. It's so bad. I don't understand what happened. Oh, I lost my left. That's why.
I retired. Right.
And then Mueller was a starter, so I couldn't he was a starter for a little bit in certain spots, but I couldn't take time to train him up because I actually made the lineup, which again is a big management thing. Where are we at? Position.
So in terms of the left forwards, you should be able to find good deals on them. They're pretty well priced overall just now.
Is that the right one?
That's the left wing you've got there, not the left forward, I think.
Dumbass. Yeah.
There he is.
And then I guess I have to buy within my division, right? Or is that that's another thing. Do you have to buy within your division?
No.
Yeah.
I don't touch the division filter. Doesn't matter to me.
Perfect. So current rating. I guess I'd want to have never mind. That's not.
See, rather than the current rating, what I'd do is I'd go down to the rarity and hit bronze.
Fair.
And then you just get all sorts of guys in there.
So, Frank Bergman. What a great name. Some of these names, man. The simulator has done a great job. I just need to. The next move is I got to get some players that are worth making chants about, and then have my friend do some chants and put them right in the stream deck for when I do the live.
You need an American or 2 in there as well, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd rather not. I want to keep the Americans off of my international team. All right, I want international talent.
By the way, for any guys that are watching this, do not snipe. Like, I'm watching you.
I don't know. I don't even know if we can afford these kind of players. That's the issue right now. Well, no, I guess I can. I read that wrong. I did win. I did get a little bit from fourth place, so that's going to be nice little help. And then I had some floating ETH that I transferred over. Mozza won't snipe me. He's got enough. His teams aren't like mine. He's a very competent manager, unlike me. So left. I guess I want someone with multiple positions, which is
the other thing you could do here. Like, you've only got 22 to 25. You can also choose the younger ages just in case somebody might list someone cheaper. So if you go up to the age range,
will this work?
Or you could do it that way. Yeah, that should work if you take off the age range at the top. No, it's not working. Right, okay. So if you go up to the age range rather than just that age, that's OpenSea for you. And then pick all the young ones as well as the 22 to 25. And the 16 to 18 just underneath. Oh, you've missed one.
What's that? Did I miss one?
You missed one? Yeah. 16 to 18 there. There we go.
Well, what the hell is 16 to 18?
There's some players that are there for some reason. I don't know.
OpenSea. OpenSea. All right, now we're back in it. Well, the top line hasn't changed. I imagine the younger players are obviously going to be more expensive.
Yeah, usually they are. Yeah.
So, like, probably in my opinion, I wouldn't target a single. I want utility, so I probably wouldn't target a single ability. I'd probably want the or 2 or 3 piece. But yeah, that's personally, that's just me. That's how I would want it because I like flexibility. I want to get the most out of my players when I can. And the only ones that are up there are the Frank Bergman, Dongwoo Moon, and Shohei Narita. So I guess
usually the guys with multiple positions still have training available as well, so they can get better, which is handy. I think the meta at the minute is people are just focusing one position and just giving it everything.
See, now is there a way to look at these on the Footium website?
So underneath there's a link. So if you click that, you'll see them on the game.
Genius. Well, he's no better than... Hold on, let me get all of them open so I can do this the right way. All right, so let's look at Frank. Frank the German. Mueller's a 39 already. Is he also German?
Probably.
Yeah, well, I can't... Yeah. So he has 51 minutes accumulated, 16 of 17 potential. So he's almost... He would get one more round of 4 trainings. Is that how that works? Is that how
well, he's only used 9. So you could train him 7 times straight up.
All right, I'm looking at the wrong side. I'm looking over here. I thought this was maxed out. I forgot there is another color. All right, so he has 9 trainings on him, and then he would have 7 if I bought him with the potential.
Yeah, so you can use those 7 straight away without unlocking anything, which is good.
Okay, so he could be a 47. And then I've used, so he's a 48, but he's in the wrong spot. That's the problem. So I guess that's what I really need. I need someone for that spot.
But that would give you a balance if you're flicking between formations as well. So you've got Mueller that can cover both. Bergman's 39 at left wing, so he can cover both.
And then he would be trainable up for the top 2 as well. Let me see them. This is not the worst. That's pretty flexible.
Yeah, pretty solid.
5 training left. Stamina is pretty shit.
Yeah,
especially for a 26-year-old.
Stamina doesn't change for anyone watching, so when they've got it, that's it. So
yeah, that seems really bad.
He'd be okay as a backup.
More than I would about the stamina. No idea.
So this guy's not going to play 4 games straight. He's going to play 2 games straight and be tired and need a break.
Yeah. So he loses health faster than most if your stamina is poor.
Yeah.
Later, bozo.
I don't like signing guys that are lower than 60, just to give you an idea. If they're good enough, I can get by 60, but
Yeah, and then this
yeah,
guy's
we
good
don't like
workload.
50s and 40s.
So this guy would be a shoo-in to start in that spot right away if I picked him up.
He's just going to need rotated out quite a bit.
Yeah. So I would need. Well, I guess that would work because while I can start him for the first. Well, that's not going to work. Let's say I start him for the first few games, and then I could train Mueller up and just interchange them both.
Yeah.
But Mueller only has 4 more to go, so at max he would be a 43, which would still be worse than what I could get which would still be worse than
him.
Than Shohei. But I guess that's not bad to let him rest a couple days or a couple games. So it would probably be like a 4. I don't know what. How much do you recover?
So you recover about, if I remember rightly, it's 12% every 24 hours. So it's like 1% every 2 hours they recover condition. But most of the time they'll lose a bit more than that in a game.
Yeah, that's bad. Stamina. Yeah, so I was right in my assessment on stamina. I want high stamina players because I want multiple games in a row. Like this guy's probably a very good bench player, I would say.
Yeah, he's going to get 2 games in a row and need a break.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. I don't like that. Brain says don't get him. Yeah, I'm off of that fool out of here. Also, thank you for hanging out. Viper, what's going on? Thank you as well. Welcome. I didn't expect a lot of people to show up for this right off the bat, but I have it recorded for YouTube, so that's all that mattered. Frank Bergman. Frank Bergman has a stamina, can be trained up.
Bergman's a solid option.
He is a solid option. I guess I can scroll down and see if there's anything else. There are a couple down here, but they're, again, getting a little bit more pricier now.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to keep me away from them just because I'm building on a budget, essentially. Yeah, we have 0.14 to mess with. We got to wait another season to see if we get some more added to that. So we're building on a budget right now. And I guess if that's the case, honestly, I know I said I didn't like it, but Moretti's like staring me in the eyes over here. And again, I know it's that one spot, but he locks it down. But I kind of want to see what's underneath it. If the stamina is good, then maybe it's worth it. 65.
Can get by with 65.
24. He only has 1 training session that I'm able to get, but he has enough minutes to potentially get the unlock. Hold on 1 second.
So, like, when you're looking at the unlocks, you're probably only going to unlock 2 per season, maybe 3 at a push.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just to give you a rough idea.
Brains hit Bergman with the Flames. Yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, a big incentive right here.
Yeah, that's valuable.
To be able to have 7 training sessions right off the bat, and the stamina is good. And I think Mir's on his way out. No, Mir's 30, so I have 2 more seasons with him. But I guess that would be a fine replacement. He's 20. No, this is Moretti. Get out of here. He's 26. So when I lose Mueller, he'll be 28.
You still got 4 seasons left after that.
Yeah, and then I'd be able to have him trained up pretty much max.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem terrible. That doesn't seem terrible at all. Because I don't know how much am I going to want to train? Yeah, I can't really train Mueller up that much anymore. And I think I'd rather play him in what formation was that we were?
So was that way? I'm just trying to think. It was 3 something.
Was it here? No, it wasn't here. 3-5-2? No, it wasn't 3-5-2.
3-1-4 was it? No.
There was the 5. Where's it at? What's going on here? Was it 5-3-2? What the hell were we talking about?
5-2-3.
5-2-3.
Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's clear that out because those are all bums. But then he doesn't. Mueller switches to the other side where he's a 46. So like that's this guy's weird, man. I forgot he has the 46 over there. So like, yeah, he's interchangeable over there. But I don't. I guess I wouldn't want to train him up in the left forward. I want to keep 48 and 46 going, and then making that signing for Frank, and then training him up would make sense.
Yeah, I think Mueller's fine as a backup when he's needed to go there, but
Yeah, he was on the. I played him off the bench a few times last season,
yeah.
just because he didn't fit in some of the formations I was running. But yeah, see, and this is the other problem too. And you feel free to rush me along too, because how I am. I'll get if I get glued on to one thing, I'll stay on that one thing for a little bit too long. So feel free to. All right, let's get it moving here, if needed. Let me see the other Italian. $65 stamina. He's already maxed out for the most part. He's only been trained, it looks like, at left forward.
Yeah, he's just been put one position.
Yeah.
So you can unlock 8 more, but that's going to take 3 seasons minimum to unlock.
Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Is it going to be Frank? Let me see the other one. No, it's going to take time too, and he's a little older than Pasquale. There is this guy. He's 24 as well, and it looks like he has a little bit of wiggle room. He's a 46, 40, and 40 on the other side. That's not the worst. He has one training session with me. We're almost at the minutes where I can unlock. And he's 65, 65. He's 25 also.
Yeah, the big difference between him and I've forgotten the name of the German guy. There he is, Bergman. Price difference was quite a chunk of change as well.
Yeah, Frank is half the price almost. Yeah, Frank looks like a good value at this part. I just have to work on getting him trained up. But I guess having that seven training potential. If I just take the first hammer out the first 4 training sessions and then let him recover, I might have him for mid-season to be able to slot in.
That's what I did last season. Just hammered guys as much as you could early doors with the training, and then get them in and switch them in with other guys that then go and train.
Yeah, big difference is you had the players to be able to do that. This season, I'll be able to do that now. I'm only a season behind, but again, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, going in and learning from just learning on the go is my thing. That was a pretty good learn as I go season to start with. Finished 4th, got a little change. Now we can build up the team a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a shot. I think I'm gonna take a shot on Frank. Why is my wallet not connected? All right. What the hell? Oh, I can't buy it from the site. I have to go through.
Yeah, you need to go through OpenSea. Yeah.
Actual OpenSea. All right. Give me my player, please.
Nobody snipe.
Purchase complete. Welcome to the team, Frank. You're the second best German on the team right now. So Robinson Umar looks kind of juicy from the outside. Frank, welcome to the squad. We'll get you trained up and you'll get into action pretty soon. But having 38 on the other side is still pretty nice too. I won't need to worry about that because I'll have Mueller over on this side where he slots in. But being able to boost up here, I guess it's the same thing as Mueller. I wouldn't want to do that. I just want to boost him up here and just keep him in the left forward spot.
Yeah, he gives you some options. If you have to use him other places, you can do, and he's not going to be terrible. So,
left mid was the other one.
Yeah, left mid and centre mid, I think, were the other two you were looking at.
I messed up the close out the OpenSea. That's all right. Where we at? Come on. Work with me here, internet. Let's go. All right. Left mid. Oops. Yeah, because now I have to go back and do all this age stuff again. For crying out loud. All right. 22, 25. All of these.
That's the way.
And we're good. Oh, bronze.
Yeah, under rarity, and that's you.
I should be rich enough to afford a couple more bronze players. I saw the legendary auctions. That looks pretty sweet.
Just a bit. Yeah, like what, 8.5K?
How many did you buy?
I wish, mate.
No? Yeah. I was gonna bid. I was gonna bid just to have my name planted on one, but I said no, I'll mess up somehow and end up buying one. Maybe
I was dancing selling a rare for half a K, so
jeez. 24, 51 rating. Right, and I don't think I need. I think my center mid's all right. No,
just the guy Essential's 39, isn't he? Centre mid. So you're maybe lacking one centre mid in there, I would say.
Center back. Mario Martinez.
Yeah, you've only got one out and out centre mid there in your squad.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good thing. That's a good observation. Yeah, he's I signed him right before the season. He was one of the new academy players that popped up, and I got 3 training sessions into him, and I specifically just hammered center mid for that reason.
Yeah.
I probably do have to get a center mid so I can build this one up as well. So talk me off of this one.
What was the price? That's an auction. So
never mind. How do you get that out of it?
I was trying to wonder why he was so cheap there.
Get out of here. How the hell do you tell if it's an auction?
If it says Weth rather than ETH.
So so these first 4 are all auctions?
They're all auctions. Yeah.
Horse shit. All right. Well, Dongwu I looked at. We didn't consider him the first time around. I'm not going to consider him this time. Dieter, no. Tony Gardner, that's an American name. Carlos. Oh, now we're in the price range. All right. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be priced out here. I guess I'm not going to be priced out. Never mind. I still have. Wait, is that really the real number I have? How much did the last player cost?
Should be. The last guy was cheap, so.
Well, fuck, I'm rich then. I thought I was poor. Oh, we can spend some money here. Let's spend some money. I feel like
I'm encouraging,
but
you know.
Everything. I guess I still want to have a little bit of bankroll discipline. If I'm going to talk about bankroll discipline on my other streams, I guess just show a little bit of restraint here and still build within the budget. All right, so 24, 23, 19.
So straight away, I'm seeing that guy there, Christian Guiu, that left mid. Because he's got that line border, that means he's an academy player, and that's all unused potential he's got.
That's alpha. Because I didn't know shit about that. That's nice. All right.
So you can get 5 training sessions in him straight away, then an extra 9 to unlock as he gets older.
So I get 5. I can juice him up to a 47. I mean, he's actually pretty for being an academy player. The guy before only did 2 training sessions, I guess.
Yeah.
So probably a left wing.
So that means he was an academy player last year. That's just not updated. Then that makes sense.
All right, but that doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, he's a definite live option, I would say.
I mean, the age makes sense. He is a little expensive, but I'm aware of what I'm doing. Like I'm paying for the age at this point, and I get 20. No, not 20. I guess I get 12 seasons out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. And then it allows me to train up. Then what does Barrios become? What the hell did I want for Barrios? I guess it was flexible, so I could switch him to the right side also.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be terrible because he's obviously on here. Green is clearly showing he's better on the right side, which
I mean, if you train him once on the left side, he becomes natural on the left side because that's his best. So,
and then Ayul, he's a 45 across the board. So I can move him up too.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's gone. I got 2 seasons with him yet, so
Yeah.
So that might not be the worst. I think I'm willing to take a shot on the youngin. Welcome to this. Well, I guess hold on.
Just hold.
Welcome.
There we go.
Welcome to the team, Christian. Now you are French. That is going to be a little bit of an issue, but I can look past it. You work hard for me. That's all I ask. I put all that stuff behind. So I get 5 off the bat with him, which, damn, Mozza, I'm not going to lie. Christian might be pretty nice.
Yeah, he could. Well, what's his 16, 14? So he could be 57 when fully trained. So he'd go silver at 55.
And he's not at the end of, well, yeah, I got 5 lined up. He'll go to 48. And I doubt I unlock anything else before the next season. So he'll be silver by 21.
But 22, 23, I'd say he turns silver if you do play it right. Yeah.
It's not bad. Having silver players isn't bad, I heard.
So they tell me. Still
I
working
also didn't realize that once you hit a certain number on the rating, they level up from common to bronze and silver.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
It's cool. Yeah,
I was telling
tickles away the nerd bit of me, you know, like.
Yeah. I was telling Mike Sowers about it. I met him last week. He was in town. He was in Philadelphia. We went out for lunch. But I was telling him about Footium, and I was like, yeah, you can train your players up, and they just level up if you get to a certain spot. And I was like, that's fucking genius. Like, what other game lets you do that so far? Like, being able to it's I never played Football Manager. I was never a FIFA guy. But again, big fantasy sports person.
Yeah.
This is perfect for me. Like, I love this. I love being able to have the option to train players up, level them up, and, you know, if you need to move on from them, you know, potentially sell them to recoup and add more talent to the team. So I guess I still need to add.
Center mid would be the last thing you need to add.
Yeah, Mario Martinez can get traded up. Let me see. What am I at? I'm at 30 player. What do I need? 32?
I mean, yeah, that I've got 33, something like that. So that's roughly what you're looking at, 30 plus. So, but then I go over the top.
Let's talk like competitors here, right? Do I need 32 or do I need 35? What do I need? Because I want, obviously more is better. It gives me the flexibility and then gives me time to bring up younger players as well. So what do you think the key number is?
So it depends on the potential of your players. If you've got a younger squad, you probably need a couple more just because you would be training the guys heavily. If you've got 1 or 2 guys that are already fully trained and they're just unlocking, you don't need as many players. So, like, given you've had a full season now of training these guys up, you probably only need the 32, 33.
Okay. So there's probably room for me to add some, you know, I mean, Christian was a little pricey, but that's all right.
You need to register these new guys to your team as well. So
yeah, it was a very good addition to the team. So we have 0.09 to play with still, so that's not even that bad. I guess I could add like a couple of players that I could actually focus on training up while I'm doing everything else. All right, so let me go back and see. I don't need. Where do you go? Position. I still need center mid. I don't need left mid. Because that'll lock that up. All right.
And now you'll see the prices skedaddle.
Yeah. Now they're up a little bit. There's still these. These are the Weath. So 0.03 is still it goes from 0.03 to 0.07.
It's a big jump.
And I don't think Carlos is any better than what I have on my team already with Mario Martinez.
Having said that, I think that's a good price for a guy that's young.
Where are we at on the age? 25?
Yeah, 25. Still get good 6 seasons out of him.
Where was
Given that the next guy up's more than double the price.
So Mario's 19. He's already at 41 center mid. I can only train him once. And he hasn't got any playing time, so that's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos, I mean, they're both 66 stamina, 70, 64, 74. They both lefties. No, one's a righty, one's a lefty. Carlos is already at 40. I get 5 training sessions right off the bat. So I guess if I needed to, I could play Martinez for a little bit just to get some minutes built onto him, like against lesser teams. Like the top. That's another thing that I try to do too. When I know I'm playing a bottom team, I'll try and put the young kids in to get some time on them.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm see, I know what I'm doing.
You don't need me here.
I'm gonna go from Div 5 to Div 1 in no time. The next 6 years, we're just going up. It'll be good. So Carlos, I can train up while I'm waiting. I don't need any. So I can just make him the nut high in the center mid. So that would be 45.
Yep, straight to 45.
Straight to 45. I could train him once to start the year and then sub him in a little bit here and there. So he'd be a 42. Still young. All right. And then the jump that's a big jump.
It was a big jump because, 0.07s.
That's a very big jump.
But that's what's happened because they're scarce.
So
the price has just gone up with them.
Because I don't need you, Christian, get out of here. So because Carlos is 25, would it make sense to see if the 26 to 29, like a filler, while I can try and, I guess, it's basically a doorstop. You know what I mean? A doorstop center mid until I train everything else up.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the age. So get the young.
Like you can just add it in basically and see kind of what comes up. There you go.
Keep them on there. Okay. Weeth. All right. So 0.02, 40, just strictly center mid. He's 29 though. 43 at 28, 0.02. That's not the worst. 46 for 0.03. He's 27. That's a year older than Carlos. And 0.007 cheaper. But why? What's
basically
wrong?
The same price.
Yeah.
But he's better rated. He's 3 years older. Right, okay.
He's 28. That's all right. So it's not refreshing on, I guess. Oh, you have to, for the metadata, you have to refresh everyone individually?
Yeah, they're doing a full collection refresh, but it's not going through yet. So some of them are manually done, some of them aren't. You just need to, what you're doing is the right thing, checking on the website.
Yeah. So he's a nut high straight up the middle too. 45, 46, 46, 45. But 28. Get out of here, Mario. 28 to 25. Yeah. So I'm paying for 3 years. I'm getting a discount, but I'm getting minus 3 years in age and plus 6 in the rating for center mid.
Yeah, and he's only going to get 4 more on top, and then your other guy, he can train up more than 4 straight away. 5 straight away. So I think Valeos is probably the value.
And what else was there? There's 28, 26. Carl Hammer. Another German. Carl Hammer is a pretty sweet freaking name, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, and then 0.04, we're getting into less value and more expensive for no reason. Joaquin Ramos, do I want to look at him? Probably not. He's 28. Let me look at Carl. Carl's probably 27 then, if that's the case. He's got a little potential there. But where?
Yeah, right, 27.
Yeah.
Oh, he's stamina. Oh.
Yeah. Get that shit out of here. I really don't need that in my life. Later, Carl. I guess Carlos. 29, nothing. 22, that's the auction.
Yeah.
I guess there's no reason not to look and see when they end, you know? I've never partaken in an auction. All right, so there's 1 day left. No, the game starts tomorrow at noon. I ain't got time to wait a full day.
He's going to go much higher than that.
I imagine, 46 across. Yeah, I imagine it's going to be pretty pricey. Same for these two. All right, well. guess we'll take a shot on you, Carlos. You bum. Gotta let him know. So then, would it make sense to look at common players that are close to leveling up to bronze?
It can do. You do get a discount. Sometimes guys are like 38, 39. The only issue with them is how much extra potential have they got? Because there's no point getting these guys if they're just about to turn bronze, but they're only going to be 40 or 41, and that's it.
So let me see. Let's just take a quick look. Maybe we can add some filler that can potentially be worked on while the real stuff's going on. Wait, never mind. Can you do minimum rating? Max rating?
You can go, if you go to current rating, what I usually do is just do it manually. So you can put like 37, 38, 39.
Got it.
And that way you kind of filter it down.
All right. So let's see. CM at 39, there's only one potential bar, it looks like, but he's also 25. CM at 38, Luis Hernandez. I feel like I looked at that one off stream, but he looks like a no. Let me go back. Take 37 off. So I want to look at this shitty guy real quick. For science. For science. 38, so he could be a 43.
Someone like that's worth looking at as a high-end common. It'll become bronze.
The issue with him, leadership kind of nice too, but yeah, if I'm just gonna focus on training him up in that one spot, and he's 22.
The only issue with him is I think he's an auction, so his price might go.
Yeah, no, he is an auction. I forgot. Yeah. Forgot you said that. Yeah, obviously the first two. All right, well, 22, 24, 24. So they're all 25. 23, Marvin Cruz, American. No. Never lucky. All right. So he has 6 trainings. He's 24. Leadership's not the worst. Stamina is pretty solid. He's 39 in center mid already. And he's 39 above. I'm going to assume that I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to. Listen, I can tell you every position on an American football team. I can't tell you any position on here. I just know this is left, this is right, this is center.
So you need
forward. So you need. This is back, and this is mid. These two knuckleheads, this line and this line, I couldn't tell you what they do. Support. That's the way I look at it. They play support.
So I've heard worse. But like this guy here, you've got 11 unused potential full stop, so he could become 50 max rated. So even though he's a common, one training session he's a bronze.
Yeah.
And he's still got 10 that he can unlock and fully use. So like you can make him a bronze straight away because he's got his 6 there ready to use, 6 training sessions.
Yeah, 6 right off the bat is kind of nice.
Yeah.
And for what I was just talking about, like now having the starting lineup, having some subs, and not being in like fatigue lock, and being able to have players like this that you can focus on to, with 5 or more training sessions that you can use half the season to just train up and potentially swap out, the bench and get some minutes added onto him in the later part of the season. But he doesn't seem terrible. At 24, a 39 with 6 training sessions right off the bat. Being a 39 in a position that I need to build up as well. To me, it doesn't seem terrible. Again, the only bad mark is the fact that he's American. That's really the only flaw that I see right now.
He's definitely not terrible, and he's probably slightly cheaper just because he's still a common.
Yeah.
But that changes with one session. So, like, you could train him once, relist him at 0.03 rather than 0.25 and probably sell him.
We talked about how you're my second favorite Scotsman and not my first because you don't come on streams and hang out. So that's what we talked about. But yes, poker player has good teams as well. Sorry, I'm not I don't know. Maybe. Well, what's your highest division you're in, Mozza?
5. I've got 2 Division 5s and a Division
Sorry, we're
7.
not all in Division 2 like you, bud. Sorry, we're not rich. Can't do things like that. Welcome. Good afternoon, evening. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Now he's in Division 2. Yeah, must be nice. So
Tough up there.
I'm gonna keep him open because I might. Well, I already added him.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, Luis Hernandez. You were.
Can tell you poker players not looking at common players.
No. Well, he also doesn't have. Listen, once he sees my strategy, maybe he'll start buying common players for his good season. Maybe when he realizes that I'm the brains of the operation, he'll say, "You know what? Maybe this is right. I have my starters. Maybe I can just work on my homegrown." That's nice though. Work on your homegrown players. That's what a real franchise should do. I'm a big fan of promoting from within. Like, I know there's times where, like I talked about, with there being no injury yet, and I feel like if there was injury, going out and buying a crazy stud to slot in, that's something that if I was in a position to do, I would absolutely 100% do. But with my team's core already being like we'll say good enough to compete. We finished 4th, good enough to compete, and now adding a couple more pieces to be more competitive and having the right player base to be able to interchange and swap out for fatigue. Having young players that I'm able to focus on and build up and be good, like either halfway through the season, towards the end of the season, or even the start of next season, that's what I like. That's to me, that's playing all aspects of the game to me.
And you're going to save money that way as well, because
we're balling on a budget here, so we're at 0.06 left in the bank account. So now we're definitely and Marvin, that's half of it. So I gotta be careful what I do here. But I kind of like Marvin at 24 with the potential and all that stuff.
I think that guy beside him, Richard Cox, might be worth a look because he's a lot cheaper and he looks quite similar.
Dick Cox, nice naming. They did real good. I'm telling you, these simulators are very, very good sometimes.
Oh, he's an auction, is he? Oh, no, he's not. He's a normal sale. Sorry, ignore me.
I was going to say, I was scrolling down. We are down a couple lines. All right, so he's at 38 right off the bat. Ooh, 73, 72. He gets 6 training sessions also. But he's 26, so 2 years older.
So he's got 10 available potential. He's going to be a couple of points worse off when he's max rated. He'd only be 48, the other guy would be 50.
Yeah.
So that's the price trade-off.
It's not that much of a trade-off. Well, yeah, I guess it is. That's a pretty solid jump. I think I'd rather pay up.
Yeah, I think so. For the extra years you're going to get out of Cruz as well.
Yeah, I think I'd rather pay up for Marvin.
2 extra seasons, couple of extra rating points.
I'm gonna buy Marvin. It's gonna be a little project. I don't mind that going. He's going right to bronze to start next season.
Yeah.
Having 6 training sessions right off the bat is pretty big, and not being forced into the lineup for anything anytime soon. So when he does walk into the lineup, he walks in pretty maxed out at center mid where he needed to be. And then I guess I could also potentially focus on one of these two if I need to, but I don't think I will. Also, up top, I can also that's not too far off.
Yeah.
But I think the plan for this is to just juice him up at center mid, and then maybe look at where's Mario. And then potentially swap Mario to one of the other two at some point. But they're both. Well, Mario's younger, so I guess and he has more potential to unlock as well.
Yeah.
So I guess I can go either way with that if I wanted to.
It gives you options, though. That's what you want.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. So that's center mid's pretty much almost. So I have 3 potential candidates for center mid now. I think that's fine. Who cycles off next year? I lose 2 center backs.
2 center backs.
Yeah. So I probably should have looked at that first. That was probably a misplay. And then center field, I don't think it's Crawford's.
But then I wouldn't be too worried about that just now because you can make up for that after this season. you can go and find a centre back if needed.
Well, I have this one back down here, but I only have 3 training sessions with him. So if I do, I'm going to train him up here.
Yeah.
And just boost that up. And then he'll be fine for, I mean, he's
Another couple
still
of
a
years
level
after.
player, but,
Yeah.
you know, he's a fine placeholder for a couple of years until I get something else in there. And then I have Gublek as well, who is like a bench player for the most part, but he has a lot of potential still.
Yeah.
And he's young. So honestly, yeah, I guess I really don't have to worry about that. Has Dubé called a player safety back? No, I haven't actually. I'll have you know. I don't think I have. Have I?
I mean, you did call somebody a left fielder.
Left forward, left fielder. What's the difference? You could have corrected me back then. You don't have to wait until poker players.
I'm a polite guy. I don't come here to correct you. You know, just
this guy, left fielder. You gotta understand. All right, this is the American baseball diamond. Right here's the catcher. All right, right here's center field, left field. I got right field here.
True enough. True enough.
LF, CF, and RF. Boom. Left, middle, center. Let's go. But yeah, forward. I understand. Forward, backs, mids. Like I said, I don't know what these 2 rows even do. So
wings and wing back support. Just support,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I was right when I said support. I know what I'm doing here. I might not be poetic with how I speak, but I know what I'm talking about. I know what's going on. Yeah, I guess I'm good at that on center back. Yeah. Right? Is that correct? Poker players, is that how you say it? Center back? Oh, man. Between him and Latuda, I got the encyclopedia of now I'm gonna be disrespectful of soccer, and I got the Encyclopedia Britannica, so I'm doing pretty good with my stream chat.
So what to do now if you register those guys that you've just signed?
Oh, how do we do that?
So up to the top of this list that you're already on.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, register them in there. Just click them all. Job done.
That's why there's only 29 players. Now I got 33. Now we have a championship team here.
Now you've got your squad.
That's not even bad like that. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to look back, and those are 4 probably pretty good solid ads.
But that's where you want to be, around about that kind of number, player-wise.
What's that?
That number there's where you want to be squad number-wise, I would say.
To be fair, there's 3 goalkeepers that are taking that number down a little bit. So,
I mean, I've got 3 keepers in every club I've got, so it's just the 4th one that's a little bit extra.
I am. I finished 4th. I'm very rich. You missed it. We were building on a budget. I got some solid players and some good. I think we did pretty good, honestly. So yeah, my highest rated players die off. Well, 2 of them die off next season, and then I still have Mueller, who I just got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I figure out where I'm going to take him. Because I can turn him into silver player, but that's not going to matter when you're 31 going into your last season.
It's just cool to have at that point.
Let's see, everyone up top has what am I at age? Yeah, I didn't train any of these players last season. 2 of them, I think. Payne I trained because someone got a red card and they couldn't play, so they went right to training.
Yeah,
That's how that goes. Div 5 league. I don't know. League 15.
Did I see in your league you've got Romber in there as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Reason I'm laughing is there's a guy that owns them who's quite active in the Discord and does get quite angry at times. He's a Georgian guy.
I've seen him in the chit chatting.
So if you end up stopping Pata getting promoted, I apologise in advance, Pata. Don't send people after me.
Yeah, I got 3-0'd. I'm pretty sure I went 0-2 against him. Yeah, I got 3-0 and 6-0.
So you got his 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my competition, I feel. That team.
But he's got a really good squad in there.
His team's
remember rightly.
Insane. That's what I mean. For me, I haven't done anything, and my team's fine. But his team is pretty bonkers.
56
He has very, 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 very good rating players.
He's probably going to win that league.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, with the top two out, yeah, he's. I think he's a shoe-in. Like I said, I can compete for number 2. I think,
Yeah, there's no reason you can't finish second in this and go up.
but that was what we talked about earlier. I don't want to finish second with the team that I had. I want to finish second
Yeah,
with a little bit more stability now. Now that where I'm at now, I like it. Where are we at on the bankroll? Do we have? We got maybe sign one more if we need to. So at 31 active, well, 31, 33 players, 30 active. We'll say because I'm not going to ever start 3 goalkeepers. One of the goalkeepers was listed. I did try and trade it or do something with it. Didn't work.
so you've got 3 very young goalkeepers there.
Yeah. And
So
then
I'd probably keep the 3 young ones, and the
Yeah.
old one would be the one I'd be looking at moving on.
Mir could have got trained up a little bit. But yeah. Well, that's the other German. So I guess I can get rid of him because now I signed another German player. Don't want to have too many German players. Same with American players. Yeah, I just don't know what the market is for players, and especially with no injuries and stuff. Like if it ever moves, because obviously you can sign. Like I'm sure people have, you have 3 keepers. I'm sure they have 3 keepers on their squad already.
I mean, most people are always trying to upgrade and flip, so the market's pretty mobile. I'll look up goalkeepers just now just to see. Like that guy was 28, was he?
22.
No, the German guy.
Oh, the German guy was 28.
28, right, okay.
42, 5 training potential.
So you're looking at 0.02, something like that, maybe slightly higher.
Yeah, I would do that. Shit.
So yeah, bronze players are definitely up in price from season 1.
All right. Yeah. I mean, he didn't play at all for me last season. I have no problem listing him and trying to move on. You said the floor is 0.02?
And the floor's a little bit below that, but I think that's what he's worth. There's a guy at 0.15, but he's got 1 season left, so...
I would get 0.0185. That's fine. That's enough to get another player, and that's not a goalie. All right.
Yeah, he should sell for that, I would think.
So Peter's out, hopefully. Yeah. Jose de Souza started pretty much every game last season for me, outside of the games where fatigue kicked in.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to train him up, but there's a world I can train him up in the beginning or at some point and potentially slot one of the I guess it's probably just better to focus on getting him up and leaving de Souza the same.
Yeah, if he can't train just now, you might as well get him minutes to unlock.
Yeah, that's fine. And then just flip-flop next season because then Jonah will be 20. Well, I don't know what I'll get from him. I can't unlock anything, right? I have to have minutes for him.
So he's got to play anyway to unlock, so...
Yeah, so I'd probably play him. It'll probably be that thing I talked about earlier with finding, the bottom.
Stamina's unreal. 91
stamina. Stamina's great. So I definitely want to get something going. And his leadership was awesome, too. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the reason I signed him, too. Because, if I see 90, 80, and vice versa, I'm just auto-signing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'd play the role of when I play the weaker teams, I'll just put him in, let him get his minutes, and hopefully it's like a stretch of games. What are the best academies? No, I've only had bronzes. I've had 2 bronze. I signed 1 today, signed 1 last season. I was very excited to see bronze because I thought they all come out as common. So very good for me. Where's he at? Bartholomew, I signed this one last season. He's got some pretty sweet potential I got to work on. and he started a handful of games. Tageshi, I signed because the stamina leadership, and why not? Why not have another goalkeeper for no reason?
I mean, he'll be at 40 when he's trained up, so...
Yeah. Hector Blanco and Mario Martinez were the other two that I signed, like right at the end of last season. And I started hammering him up here because the guy that I lost was a 48 right forward. So yeah. And then center mid was a perfect match for me. I saw that my guy was leaving, and then I scooped him up too. But we'll be fine. Well, the thing is if you weren't here in the beginning, I asked questions early, and as we were going, I asked questions as we were going. And since we acquired players, and you decided to show up after all that stuff was done, you don't get to sit there and tell me what to do now. You could also stream yourself. You ever think about that, poker player?
He's too rich for that.
I know he is. He came on stream with me once or twice, and I felt bad because he came on when I had Zook on and we won the Harbor Classic, and he was sandwiched in between two screaming idiots. And I watched the video back, and I'm like, damn, I feel bad. I feel bad for having him up there. He was literally sandwiched right between Zook and I, and we were just going nuts. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to think of the other spot where I'm weak. So that's what I do. I just go into tactics and I pull up every lineup and auto slot and see where I'm weak. And there was the main ones that I play, like I said, 3-4-3, 3-5-2 no, that wasn't 3-5-2. It was 3-5-3-2. Was one that I messed around with a little bit. And then in between, like when I'm getting competitive, like I said, I'll just Google, best counter formations for, said lineup. But my left back and my left center back, is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, see, poker player.
So he's learning.
Yeah, I got it. And then my right back are dog water. So my two back lines when I play or my two outside linemen are pretty poor when it comes down to it. And I don't really have any good substitutes in between. It's literally Maury or bust. And Fisher or bust. So that was one of the other things if I was going to look defensive. Because we added to the mid and we added to the forward positions, but maybe I look for a right back and a left back and see if we can find something on a budget. But
it'll be quite hard to find them on a budget just now. They're quite sparse. So
yeah,
to be honest, you're probably better if you're going for the 5 to play wing backs rather than left back and right back, because you've got a couple of wing backs already, I noticed. So yeah, something like that.
Let me see. I wish it would just auto pick this. Yeah. This lineup was good, and then right wing back is a drop off as well from Fisher. So there's no one really that can get trained up there. So
maybe a right wing back just to add to the mix.
What's that?
Maybe just adding a right wing back to the mix.
I don't know what the pricing is on those, but we're gonna find out.
I think you can get them relatively cheap, if I remember rightly.
Where am I going here? Have you done any additions or subtractions, or you're just riding out? I guess you have 3 spots, or not. Well, I guess you have some spots left.
I've just shared a link with you in that chat bit on there. So if you go in there, you'll see the spreadsheet.
Is it okay to have on the stream?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
And if you go to Season 2 squads at the bottom when you get in. So this is way back when we first got our players dropped. I've kept everything there.
Yeah, see, I would never do this.
But like the way I plan is if you go into that Season 2 squads down there, so I can see these guys just laid out, and I can see who's going to retire and who do I need to replace, who do I need to switch in and out.
I overheard that part. That's why I said I watched your video. You did talk about this, and I said, "Yep, I'm not doing that. That's probably a very good idea, and probably next level play for next level players, but not for me. There's too many colors.
I just like colors.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they all mean something, but yeah, this is exactly how you should probably play this game. But
yeah. Basically, green is good, red is bad. So if you go up to that guy who's 53 stam, I'm trying to sell him just because It's the biggest red under stamina. So he's on the market just now to try and get rid of.
I see now. You said he's on the market?
Yeah, I'm selling him just now. Or at least trying to.
Interesting. Sounds like you're trying to sell it to me.
I mean, if you want to give me some money, I'll not say no. So
I don't even remember what I'm supposed to be looking for. All right,
right wing back.
Yeah, you should know this by now. This is not how my brain works. I'm out of here with that. All right, where am I going? No, yes, and then I gotta go back to the ages because I cleared for no reason. Probably gonna be too expensive down here. Probably find something right in there. All right, no, I want bronze.
Going for the bronze.
Yeah. All right. That's not terrible. There's some. Well, hold on. ETH.
Yeah, there's no auctions there, so
There's nothing listed.
Just up the top end, so there's not that many listed. The bottom two are a massive price difference. And then the prices go crazy for some reason.
Yeah. And there's nothing.
Probably just because there's barely any on the transfer market.
That stinks. Oh, this is an auction. No, it is. Is it a sale or an auction? No, it's
That's a sale. Yeah, that's a sale.
Okay. All right. So it's. All right. You said
he's not bad.
The auction.
If it's got a WEF rather than ETH, then that's the auction. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
But that Francisco Cuenca looks all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull. Well, he's a year older over here. I was gonna say I was gonna pull him open, and I was gonna pull Francisco Martinez open and see. I know Martinez is a little bit more expensive, but there's a huge age gap there as well.
Yeah.
But obviously the potential is different. All right, so this is Martinez. 2 Franciscos. One from my other home country. So one gets favoritism, but that's just how we play. All right, so Francisco Martinez was already trained up.
Nah, that's not used. That's for ready to go.
Oh, it's not ready? Oh, okay. All right. So then I could just auto train him up here, which is perfect.
Yeah. Straight to 44.
Straight to 44 is great. Stamina 80 is great. Leadership. All right. Well, you sold
he's
me
good.
there. And then, you sold me. I'm going to.
How easy is that?
Welcome home, my fellow Mexican. That's how you do business around here. Done. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a pretty easy swap for me in consideration. This one would probably be fine for someone else, but you're going to show me 80 stamina and 85 leadership and still have room to wiggle. We'll take that. Perfect. All right. That was pretty good.
Sorted.
That was a solid move there. No spreadsheet for me either. Old school. Well, no one asked you, so there's that. Thank you. It's pretty easy when you have a good what's the word we call it here? Consultation. There we go. I'm trying to think of the proper words, not sound like a dumb idiot. I have good guidance. I have a good taking on my shoulder doing these things. I'm still going to do terrible moves, but when I'm under the guidance of someone who knows what they're doing, they won't be terrible. They won't be as terrible. So what are your thoughts on the new chemistry situation here? I
like it.
About it. I never looked into it too much. Obviously, it's new this time around for this.
Yeah. I think there was an element of it under the hood already. You just couldn't see it. So I like that it's visible now. Because I think guys were kind of putting teams out and not realising they had debuffs from guys in red and guys in yellow in positions. So it just gives you, well, there you go, chemistry terrible, and that's 3 guys in red. So it just gives you a steer, like what you want to avoid and what you want to try and do.
And obviously, this is with the 5 5 2 3 1. What the hell did I have in?
It was
5-2-2.
5-2, or was
Yeah.
it 5-2-1-2? I can't remember what you had.
It
That
was
was it. 5-2-1-2.
So that's just me switching this lineup to another one, which is great. Obviously, you go to another lineup, clear it, and if you auto do it, you can do it yourself as well. But if you auto pick it,
There you go.
it'll give you your ideal lineup, which is great.
And if you're lucky enough to have a rare player and your chemistry's great, it then goes up a step. So like rares or legendary players boost it and give you an extra advantage.
Have there been any clubs in the if you have a legendary player, you can be on a Div 8 team, right?
I mean, they can play anywhere. Yeah.
Is there now? Does that mess with the chemistry at all? Do you think?
Yeah, so it makes it better if you've got multiple rares or multiple legends. You're not going to see any legends below Div 2, Div 3, I don't think, because it's the big guys that are buying them. But there was a team last year that had about 8 rares in Division 8. So it can happen.
Poker player, how many legendary players do you have? 3? Did you win any of the auctions? I imagine he took part. He has all that winnings from his Div 2 team now.
There's 12 of them, so I'm sure he's had a go at something.
None. Liar.
None.
That was for rares only. That's not the worst. What else? You have one rare player, that's it. I don't believe you. What else is there to discuss right now? What did we miss? I feel like we covered as a new I treated it as a newbie thing, so just act extractor. You are an extractor. I treated it more so as I'm just gonna be a noob and ask the questions and see where it gets me. But did I miss anything?
Don't think so. I think you've covered the kind of the basics. So it's kind of hard to go into anything else until there's a game, and then you're talking about what changes to do and formations, all that side of things.
This will be it'll be a fun thing to watch now because season starts tomorrow, and I'm gonna try. Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to do it every day, but I'll probably Mondays and Tuesdays I'll do I'll probably go live for my games and then cut it off, which they're normally about 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
start to finish, so it's not that bad. When do you think do you think we ever see players running around?
I think the first step would be 2D, which I think will happen. That shouldn't take too much work, maybe kind of 6 months away. Players running around would be years down the line, so hopefully it does well enough for that.
That would be nice.
I'd be happy with the 2D little dots running about the pitch, so I'll quite like that. So
it would be kind of nice. I did ask them when they did the spaces a couple weeks ago because they said you can play on mobile, and I haven't really messed around on mobile for the most part. But I did ask if there was an app plan for the future, which I think would be pretty cool. But
yeah,
I guess
definitely.
Steps they have to go through to get there first.
But yeah, I've used mobile. I use through the MetaMask, and it works pretty well, to be honest. So,
what's your height? You said you're in 2 Div 5, right? Which league?
Yeah.
What Penn City? Penn City the Div 8, or do you move up?
Well, it was Div 8. It's gone up to 7. So I'll tell you what leagues are in just now. Let me check.
I want to see the Penn City one first. I want to see what a win
actually
looks like.
You can type in Penn City on the search bar and it will come up. As long as you click clubs rather than players, you'll see there we are.
Why you're here? See this team.
So I've got a pretty strong team for D7. There's a lot of bronzes through there.
Yeah, I would say 49. What's going on there?
25. He's again trying to sell.
Jeez.
check the stamina.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why he's getting sold.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I was wondering, I was like, let me see what this actually looks like. And then I looked at the name. I was like, oh, this is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. And where are you at? So all right. So you still had the core of your team. Like you didn't do like any crazy, I'll move all these players to try and add more of these players when you were able to.
Like the way I've done it is the 3 teams have got 3 different formations they play. So like I just fit guys into different teams based on that. So it's pretty good balance. You've got a mix of young guys and old guys in every team.
Yeah, a lot of young guys. I guess now, when you have the academy up, have you minted all your players? Have you also just like, I don't really need this. I'm not gonna
I've
add.
not minted any Penn City guys this season. I've done the D5s. Basically, both of them I've minted most guys because I got quite a few bronzes in there.
So these are the two you lost.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can see mine. I didn't even think about that.
You should be able to if you go into the players. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So these are what I lost. Yeah, I lost 348s.
Right. Okay. So 3 good players.
Yeah, I lost 3 very good players. But shit stamina, whatever. I mean, I'm fine getting them out of there. It sucked. Obviously, he was a 48 center mid. That was my biggest loss. Yeah, Samu was one of my goal scorers when I needed him, and then Musa was a fine defensive player in the back. Yeah, that was the issue. I lost this for my anchor. So that's the tough part to replace there. He was an anchor on both sides. The whole back line, honestly, was pretty good when he needed to be. But we move on from there. I guess I have to register this player too. Yeah, I would have completely forgot about. I didn't realize you had to register. I thought you just bought him and they went to your team. So yeah, I would have completely forgot about that. And then when you unregister a player, is that when you list them, or is that just if you want them gone?
You only really do that if you're putting them to another club that you own. To be honest, there's no reason to unregister them. So as soon as they sell an OpenSea, they're automatically gone anyway.
Yeah, that's what I figure. And there's no player, like if we wanted to do a trade, there's nothing on the site for that yet. It would have to be through OpenSea.
Yeah, it's all OpenSea for now. I think they're working on some sort of internal market because they want to have loan players as well. So like that would be a big thing for the game economy, I think.
Yeah,
like having the big guys up like Poker Player being able to loan their players down the levels,
Yeah. Obviously a top dollar. Nothing would be there would be no deals in that scenario. Yeah, this was basically everything I wanted this stream to be. It was essentially treated like when I had my friend come on with GVG through the PFL walkthrough, basically.
Yeah.
And I think we signed 5 players, 5 spots that are going to help improve and build up. And now just got to get the starting lineup ready for tomorrow and see. Who do I play tomorrow? I think I play. This team was just brought up, I think, Newton City.
Well, they might have just came down by the looks of things if they've lost 5 straight.
I don't remember who. All right, so Wildfield and Hartley Villa are 2 new ones. I don't know where they came from. I think they came from the bottom up. I guess I can't really tell, can I?
If you go to fixtures, you'll be able to see from last season.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up. There we go.
Oh, they came down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So they might have been a dormant team, unfortunately. And then, yeah. So either way, I'm pretty sure I play a bad team tomorrow, by the looks of it.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'm gonna double check because I actually might do that tomorrow. I might start that young goalkeeper in this game. Oh yeah, they lost 11-1.
11-1.
All right, yeah. So Hartley and Newton City are both coming down. So all right, that's some of the stuff I like to look at too. See if it gives me an opportunity to start younger players to try and build up some minutes here and there. But all right, yeah, that's a good thing for me.
Just need hope they've not came back during this off season and they've tooled up.
Let me see. I guess their players is something we could look at. I mean, all bronze except for 2 commons, but also only 23 players. So it looks like
I don't think
at all.
Don't think they've came back.
Pedro Costa, 52. Jeez, he's gone next season. Damn. Yeah, I mean, six player. Wow, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Like it was a Div 4 team, right? Yeah. That's
Yeah,
gross.
and they've either lost their club or they've just not came back for whatever reason.
I mean, it might be a tough game one might be tough because they're going to be at full health, but
Well, the thing with the inactive teams now, so if they haven't come back, those players won't play. It'll just be a team of reserves that will be played.
Jesus Christ.
So they want to reward active users. So if someone's not managing their team,
So it
it'll be
doesn't
like
go,
18, 19 rated guys rather than 53 rated guys.
so his lowest rating guys will be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, even lower than his lowest rated, there will be like 20 max.
Jesus. I like that though. I like
Yeah.
that. Good punishment. That's good punishment. So yeah, we just have to look to try and get off on a good start tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I definitely thought at the end of last season, with some tweaks and additions, I was live to compete. This shit. Whoops. I was definitely live to compete this season. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was good stuff. That was solid. That was solid content, I think.
Yeah.
No,
I hope so.
you're more. Maybe I didn't. You're a little bit more. I needed this. I needed this because sometimes
Bit
I'm up
more
here,
zen.
but depending on the company, sometimes I get leveled out a little bit. So I needed this.
Yeah.
But this was solid content, I think. So I'm definitely gonna try and keep up on, where we end up throughout the season and how everything progresses. I think that's the one good thing about this is like it's an actual story mode, so you can produce content around it. You could go live for every game, or you just, every 4 days go live and do your update, watch a live game, and go from there. But yeah, this was great. You can obviously plug your socials if you'd like. I'm not a good host, and I didn't write them down and put them on the banner.
I mean, you find me on X, Pensa TFC. I'm under all my Footium chat and everything is shared there. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. And you'll find me in this chat when PFL streams are on, generally.
For the most part, yeah. It's going to be this season, and then I'm going to take a little break.
Yeah.
A little break. I'm due for one. It's been a grind. I'm trying to get this copy link to profile. Yeah, there we go. And this is Mozza on Twitter. And then you can find everything from there, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah.
YouTube's linked, clubs, all that stuff. Perfect. Yeah, this was awesome. I mean, listen, I'm always down to do more Footium stuff, especially now that we're actually the gears are rolling and stuff's going on. So, yeah, maybe we'll link up in a couple of weeks. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, sure thing. If you get a last game you need to win for the title, give me a shout.
Yeah, we're gonna do some. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I'm actually competing at the top. So like those grinding from the mid is fun if you know you can grind up. But once there was no chance. The top two teams that won my fixture, like they were winning. Like there was no coming back from that. Like they were great. They built their teams out properly. They did everything they had to do. Like Bayshore Rangers didn't drop a single match. Like very good. And then Horsley Town, one match lost. So their teams were built how they're supposed to. And this is 29 players also.
Okay.
It's only 2 keepers. Maybe that's the recipe, 2 keepers. But built out, didn't have to worry about stamina. Every time I saw the team, it was 100%, or there was nothing under like deathly ill.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did their thing. They came in and built their team out. Yeah. Also,
look at the rares in there. Jeez.
Yeah. So that's another reason why you can win sometimes is you just have 8 rare players and a silver.
Casually drop 8 rares in.
It's not a big deal. They won, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, they won. That's why they didn't lose a single fucking game. They gave up 10 goals all season. Yeah. I thought my keeper was 37 goals isn't the worst, but it's not great. It's definitely not something that I'd like to see on there. But yeah, only giving up 10 and 14 goals is great. And then like Romber's obviously the 3rd best team in there by a margin. So I think Romber wins the table next season, and I'm hoping I can finish second. It might be tough. I don't know if the Wanderers did any additions, but I was fighting back and forth with these three for third place for a while, and then Romber kicked in, and I was done. Once my team started to fatigue and I couldn't cover it, that's when Romber was like, all right, here's second unit, and now I'm just going to keep going. So I like where I'm at now. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely get these players trained up, and I'm gonna try and have fun this season for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
definitely.
gonna try and get some more streams out. I'm not very active on Twitter, but I might try to be. I did win a badge upgrade, so that was pretty cool. I'm waiting for that to come back. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I can't wait for that. So we'll have a new backdrop instead of this is my home team stadium.
Philly Union. Yeah, I love it.
Love the location of the stadium. I was a season ticket holder for the first 3 seasons when they were dog water. And I was in the supporter section every year, and we really let them have it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
If we weren't winning, we were letting you have it. We let them have it. And then I went back to a game earlier this year for the first time. 2010 was the first year for them, so that's 14 years ago. It's probably been about 12 years since I've been back to that stadium. The most soy chants I have ever heard in my entire life. They didn't yell. I yelled at the keeper every time. Like, you watch Mexican soccer. That's where I learned it. But like, the chants were like 1 out of 10s. And like when we were chanting, I remember we played Kansas City the one season. 4 days before our game, the head coach Peter Vermees got pulled over and got a DUI. That night of that game, we chanted and sung 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Peter Vermees, give us your keys, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. And they all made cardboard beer bottles, and we took them down one by one. Like, none of that anymore. And it's like, what's the point? You can't have fun. You can't make fun of people because words hurt. Like, it's really sad, especially for being in the supporter section. Now it's all, let's strum the guitar and kumbaya, my lord.
Especially in Philly, that doesn't sound
not
like Philly at all.
It's disgusting. like when I sat down for the game, like the first time I ever sat in the non-supporter section, and it was just, I felt like a war vet. Like, you guys aren't doing us justice. Like, we held it down. We were the river end. No one came through. Like, it was a great time to be alive. But yeah, now it's just a little too soft for my liking. So. So was the time, but yeah, it was fun. That was good stuff. And then I catch you. We didn't do any PFL talk on this, and we might be able to do a PFL stream at some point. But I wanted to keep
hopefully when I'm doing a bit better than I was last season. Yeah,
my last season was terrible, and I don't have any. I have a couple new foals this season, but nothing worth a damn. My older horses are fine. Like, I'm cherry picking. The ones that are good, they can stay on, and the ones that are done, you're just done. I've had 2-year-olds with 4 races that have been sitting waiting to get sent to the pasture tonight. So
I managed to recover it a little bit towards the end because I managed to claim a horse for 1.2 and sell it for 10.
Yeah, that's
just
nice.
right at the death, and it would have been a 5-win horse, so it would have won about $40 crown. So getting it 10k Derby was. Thank God.
that split is tough, man. That split is very tough, but we'll see what happens this season. I got a couple that we're gonna try, but I got the 3 wins early last season, and then it just the races stopped popping up. I'm not gonna run my 3-win horse in a 1.2. It's not gonna do it. That's just not sound business. So hopefully there's more higher levels to run at this season. But from my first glance, it doesn't look that way. So I might be sitting. I might just try and get as many wins as I can, and then try and sell them on the market.
Yeah, I've seen people do that as well. Yeah,
that's the second part of the business. But all right, Mozza, I'm going to take a little break between now and my next stream. I assume I'll see you a little bit later in chat, but I appreciate you giving me some time and helping me out with this.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me on. I'll be in chat later on.
Absolutely. I'll catch you then.
Right, catch you later.
All right, that's going to conclude this stream. That was a sound Footium stream from start to finish. And that'll be it. Again, Mozza's in chat, it's listed. His Twitter, you can get to YouTube and everything else from there. And everyone have a wonderful day and stay hydrated. I'll catch you later tonight for PFL if you're interested in that. If not, stay tuned. I'm going to try and do more Footium content. I really am going to try. We'll see how it works out. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. And we'll catch you next time.